Because of dementia, the old lady's life is like an endless maze, and the caregivers answer questions like they're in a quiz show totally out of it. However, Ellie was unexpectedly intrigued by the grave encounter, and after digging deeper, she discovered that everyone who appeared in Grave Encounter had vanished. All clues pointed to this eerie place. Looks like the thrills of the Grave Encounter are in. Her friends doubted it, solely vented to online friends, pondering a direction, maybe even making a video. She was searching for a direction, so she had no choice but to share her thoughts with her online friends, and in a blink of an eye, she found the mustachioed producer from the cemetery encounter. In order to find out the truth, Ellie made up her mind to boldly head to Los Angeles and land the role of the female lead in the film. At Hollywood studio, she found the mustache man. Upon hearing Grave Encounter, his face turned ghostly pale. He had security eject her at once, clearly covering something up. As Lee pondered her next move, the mustache man called her to his office. The mustache got straight to the point, admitting that everything in Grave Encounter was real, a little bit of basic effects added at the end, and the actors were just temps. But after filming, everyone disappeared, which sent the mustache into a panic. To save his own skin, he considered destroying the footage, but ended up just turning it into a movie. Became an instant hit. She's now planning a sequel. Ellie, stunned, vows to reveal the truth. But the mustache was nonchalant and called her over, asking if she had any damaging evidence. After chatting, he found out that Ellie knew nothing at all, like a fool playing hide and subtitle. However, Ellie secretly installed a hidden camera and recorded all. Her friends saw it and changed their minds, supporting her. With her friends' encouragement, Ellie's bold idea popped up to shoot her horror movie, Purpose Encounter 2. With evidence, they could expose this unscrupulous producer, and Ellie had already arranged to meet the user whose ID was Doomsday at the mental hospital. Ellie's persistent persuasion led her friends to join this crazy scheme. She clearly convinced everyone. Besides her girlfriend Jenny, the team included Buddy Art, Blue Jerry, and the beauty Tessa. After a 2-hour drive, they finally arrived at the entrance of the Collin Mental Hospital, which looked even scarier than 10 years ago. However, security was unprecedentedly tight. Police barred them from approaching, warning of insomnia ghosts and urging immediate departure. Of course, Ellie and her crew didn't buy it, so they headed back to the hotel to organize their gear, prepping for a late night. Ellie received a direct message from Doomsday, and everyone gathered their gear, heading out as soon as midnight hit. They arrived at the main gate of the Collin Mental Hospital, where Doomsday was emblazoned boldly, feeling like the eulogy before the movie starts. They pried open the gate with wire cutters, their hearts racing like they were about to throw a party. Besides looking identical to scenes from the first film, there were even more sealed notices. In no time, they installed cameras in various corners, ready to uncover the secrets of Purpose Encounter. They started recording for the cameras, ensuring they wouldn't get lost in the mental hospital and guiding themselves toward a way out. They brought glow sticks, GPS devices, and even blaring horns, looking just like a paranormal adventure team. Next, they went to the tub where Blue Black vanished, attempting to summon spirits. Subtitles all were silent. Ellie's team opened the thermal camera and saw smoke around Art. "Are you implying that a weird bee is talking to me?" Ellie joked. Art attempted to shout at the bee, and the scene was so comical that they all burst out laughing as they continued their adventure. Amid their laughter, they entered an underground tunnel, filled with mouse corpses, as if they were welcoming them to the ghost party. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a room they hadn't seen before, and the timing felt like a ghostly bonfire party was in the making. However, the room was empty except for them. That's when Jenny suddenly spotted a Ouija board on the table. She curiously tried to summon some spirits, and at that moment, they had no idea what was to come. Out of nowhere, a ghost really did respond. "Who are you talking to? Give me a name." As this phrase dropped, the board began to move in a magical way. "Oh my gosh, D-E-A followed by T-H. The response came from Doomsday. The board sped up dramatically, popping off their hands like a delivery guy on caffeine. "McDonald's won't give me toast." Panic-stricken, they rushed to a room, only to find the male lead's excitement was undeniably showing. Undoubtedly, everything that happened in Grave Encounter was real. Just when they were happy, a bizarre series of events unfolded. D-E-A-T-E-D-E-D, they were caught by the police and prepped for a trip to jail. They pleaded for them to let them off the hook, at least to retrieve their cameras, but the officers were having none of it. Suddenly, a commotion of footsteps echoed upstairs. The cops suspected they had accomplices and rushed up with their guns drawn. At this point, some were uneasy, wanting to bolt. Weatherly insisted, "At least we have to get our gear back." In their debating, they went upstairs to check but couldn't find a trace of the police anywhere. Witnessing ghostly movements firsthand, everyone began to hesitate, thus they split into two teams, preparing to complete the mission and leave fast. But as Jerry got the window camera, trouble struck. Subtitle: "Oh no, good gracious," he exclaimed with a shock, followed by a rattle of sounds in the room. Tess instinctively approached, only to see shattered glass everywhere. After reviewing the footage, they realized Jerry had died, and this truly made them grasp the situation's gravity. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more humorous and terrifying stories waiting for you to explore.